The Guardians, one of the best teams in the American League, one of the best records in baseball as well. Some bad news. Steven Kwan injured that hamstring over the weekend. He has been put on the injured list. That means Kyle Manzardo will be brought up, a guy that was tearing it up in the minor leagues. Let's welcome in Ryan Mitchell. He is the voice of the Columbus Clippers. Ryan, appreciate the time. What have you seen from Kyle Manzardo? 303 batting average, 9 home runs, which is more power than we might have thought, and 20 runs batted in just over 100 at bats.
Yeah, he's been very good, kind of as expected with what happened toward the end of last year, right? He came over in the Aaron Savali trade. He was injured at the time, finally got healthy and got onto the Clippers roster. And after taking some time, as one would expect, to get back into the swing of things, hit well toward the end of last season. He carried that into the Arizona Fall League and had a great spring training for the Guardians as well. And what he showed to begin this year, it was actually a slow start. The weather was terrible. But after about the first 10 or 11 games, he started to lock in, kind of going the opposite way for base hits, and then the power started to bloom. He's been very clutch, really, for the Clippers this year. Big hits in big times and showing big power to all fields. He's not just pull side power. He can go to the opposite field and hit it over the wall as well. So that obviously is something the Guardians have been looking for. He doesn't play the corner outfield, which would be kind of the ideal situation there with Cleveland. But you know, he's a first baseman and kind of limited to first base defensively. And he's made pretty good strides this year with the glove and around the bag. So he's not going to hurt the team on defense, and he's going to hit. At least he has this year. The numbers against lefties are fine. He's obviously got splits that say he hits right-handers better, but he's got a pretty good approach against left-handed pitching, doesn't look overwhelmed. He has a very good idea about what he wants to do in the strike zone, goes out of the strike zone very rarely, and teams have tried to mix up their approach to him, and he does a really nice job during at-bats, kind of making adjustments while not varying from his plan. So that's good to see.
Yeah, and you know, to your point about not striking out, 109 at bats, just 22 strikeouts, and has also drawn 15 walks.